Well, as we're discussing gay marriage and the change of our president and his views, right? I think one thing that I have noticed in the past few days, since the president has really come out, people are really starting to focus on come out and express his views on gay marriage and that he is in support of gay marriage.
Shit really done changed in the White House.
Oh my goodness! Can we stay on task? Oh. I think people are really starting to really let it hit home that this is really a civil rights issue. And I remember on the news seeing, I believe it was Dr. Joseph Lowry, speaking about that if you are for equal rights, you can't just pick and choose who you're for equal rights for. He said equal rights means equal rights across the board. So,
well, why he didn't say that 30 years ago?
Well, I don't know what
why
he
just
said
not
30 years
saying
ago.
it when the president come out?
I wasn't even born 30 years ago.
But no, I'm seriously think about it. Seriously think about it. People like that, they've been in office, like Joseph Lowry been in office for years and years and years. If you felt this way, then why did it take
more than one person?
No,
but I think kind of like
it
it comes about time with change.
I don't think that was really the issues at hand back then.
No,
it was an issue.
It was an issue.
I'm going to tell you what, go ahead.
But I think it's based on what our topic was earlier. Because he could not disclose
that
because that would be a sign of him releasing some of his masculinity.
And not being masculine.
So all of that, that's why I told you, that's what's so important with that. Every guys could not discuss or embrace whatever their true view on something was because society would not
say, oh, well, you must be gay.
You must be gay. So,
and then...
because there were gay people back then. Now.
Hello, they still gay people. They were gay back then, they gay today. They still alive, some of them died and all that.
You can tell about the fashions.
But not only that, I was going to also say, a lot of people had a problem with gay people even comparing the gay movement to the civil rights movement. Yeah. So that's why a lot of people have a problem with it.
But it is because civil rights doesn't just mean black and white. Civil rights is civil rights, the rights that you have as a human being.
Right, and gay rights,
civilization.
Gay rights for everybody.
The same thing with women not being able to vote, women not being able to wear pants, women not being able to do whatever. Those things are civil rights. It's a human rights issue. It has to do with you as a person, your rights as a human being. That's what civil rights really, in essence, mean. Not just black and white.
Yeah, but the successful way that they've made it last this long without anything happening, because if you deliver something aggressively, your reaction, your response is to reflect. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? I think why Obama's opinion changed is because her face was put on it. You understand what I'm saying? He formed his opinion based on beliefs of the church or whatever he was taught and whatever his family values, whatever they taught was. But until his daughters started meeting other people in school, he met their people and different people in the cabinet, and they talked to him about different, and they put a face on the issues. Yeah, they put faces on the issues. Then he had to
reevaluate.
Wow, I'm denying this face of their
which is something that my father even said to me when this started, even some years ago when they started talks about civil unions and gay marriage, my father said to me, he said, there was a time when I probably didn't, think that gay people should get married. He said, but then I really thought about it. It's like, who am I to say what somebody else does? If they want to get married, they should be able to get married just like I can or anybody else. And largely, too, it had to do with me, his son, and, him essentially wanting me to be happy.
Yes, Raquel, that is what changed.
That is what changed.
His son that he lost.
He's watching also, so be careful.
But wait,
hi, Dad.
His son that he lost in the Civil War.
In the Civil War.
Yes, honey.
But it's funny too because I was watching Chelsea Lately last night.
Yes,
I love Chelsea Lately.
I did too.
And rapper Jay-Z has come out here recently and said
gay.
Who is in support of same-sex marriage too, and has actually said it. Did you say his what?
Who's gay? Y'all see, this is what kills me. Everybody's saying, but wait, everybody's saying that Will Smith and Jay-Z, they are coming out and they're in support of gay marriage. I'm like, duh. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to know that they would be supporting gay marriage. One is married to a drag queen and the other one is married to a lesbian. Hello. But anyway, back to what you were saying.
What?
I have no further comments, Your Honor. Herb, can you edit that last one out?
Sophia said Beyonce is a drag queen.
But again, back to
Jada Pinkett is a lesbian.
You said that.
Wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute.
No. They just said one say. One year.
Okay, so let me tell you what you said. Let me tell you
what with the Dysh me without some foolery.
Let me tell you what you do. That means your two options is either Jada Pinkett is a lesbian and Beyonce is a a drag queen or Jada Pinkett is a drag queen.
Either or, but she didn't say that.
That's what you said.
That's what you said.
I say one is married to a drag queen and one is married to a lesbian.
That's it.
That's what I said.
Okay, well then, which is which?
What I think it is that people are really realizing that this is a civil rights issue and it has to do with civil rights and equality for all. Hip hip hooray.
Yes. Power to the people. But hold up. A lot of people are asking the question. Do you really think that the president is sincere about his support of the gay marriage, or is he just using this because it's a political?
Well, it didn't shoot him to the top in popularity.
I think he's sincere about it. I think that he is sincere about it. Now, is there some political gain from it? Absolutely. Everything that is done right now is going to be for political gain. But I do think he's sincere about it because he started talking about this even before he won the presidency. Yeah.
And then there was some other, if you caught some of his interviews, like I caught last night when they were reflecting back.
Who threw it?
Sometimes he would say, when they would ask the questions about how do you feel about gay marriages, and two people, he would say, I'm still working on it, I'm not there yet. Mm-hmm. So you know, when you you never, like Niesha said, you never know if he was having to actually sit and say, okay, I'm still trying to process this. Mm-hmm. You know, it could have been a family member, it could have been somebody who he became real close to, and say, you know what, I got to reassess my ways of thinking.
Realize, hey, that's not
but I think it would be ignorant of us as people to think that what these politicians are doing, our president and, you know, the possible Republican candidate, that they're not doing things for political reasons right now. But I don't think that necessarily negates the fact of how they really feel. And especially in regards to this issue, this is a very controversial issue, and it's still 50-50. So it could very well hurt him to come out with something as strong as this. I
don't think it could hurt him. Because I don't think your opinion on something should hurt you.
Well, it can, and it should not, but it can in terms of elections.
Presidency.
Yeah.
To me, it won't hurt him.
Well, not him personally. No, you're right.
Okay,
thank you.
I understand, and I'm just looking. I'm just surveying the room. I'm surveying the room, and I just want to bring in Herb, because DJ Herb, he's recording us today, and DJ Herb is over there, and he wants to say something. He even has the mic in his hand.
No, I was gonna interject and whatnot.
What do you want to interject? Say it, Herb.
I'm gonna make a lot of people mad when I say this.
But I'm gonna say it anyway.
I'll get ready to throw
That's his disclaimer. That's his disclaimer.
Make some people mad, because do remember,
my honest opinion, whatnot, following the elections and whatnot, and candidates are Democrat. I'm not a Democrat or Republican. Okay. Let me get that straight first.
Yeah, let me just go on and tell you right now, he's an independent that thinks like a Republican.
No,
go ahead, Herb.
I'm just thinking for what's right and what's fair.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
My thing is, I think when Obama first was asked the question of what he thought about gay marriage and gay unions and whatnot when the military thing was coming up, when he first came into office, I think that he had to put people on it to investigate what people thought of it in society as a whole. Because everything that the president, as far as like his personal thought, he has no personal thought right now. You know what I'm saying? He never really did. The man, he was elected presidency, he denounced his religion to be allowed to be elected. You know what I'm saying? Not too many people would do that. So it's like, okay, that's not a reason to be like, okay, why can't you give me your true feelings or anything? It's because he can't. Because no matter what he does, right, he's going to be ostracized by a certain amount of people. You know what I'm saying? In society. If he says, well, I'm against gay marriage, then you're going to have the gay people mad at him. If he says he's for it, then he's going to have the religious zealots pissed off at him. So they send a team out. They say, okay, President, this is what you need to say.
Based off
but when you say...
The president's advisors.
Pardon?
The advisors.
The advisors and the people that write his speeches. Because everything that's done is done in a calculated way.
You said they do the research work before he can say something like that.
No politician's going to tell you what they really think.
But isn't that what politics is?
But when you say...
politics is kind of, in a sense,
getting
the popular...
In a sense it is, but that's what the problem is with government right now. That's why we're in the situation we are right now. Nobody wants to say what the real issues are. Me personally, I don't think this is really that big of an issue as opposed to the economy and everything. Yeah, I think it's a smokescreen myself. Because since it's been going on, nobody asked the question why 2 or 3 weeks ago his ass was overseas in Africa. Nobody asked that question. They didn't ask the question until he came back. Like, okay, why did the president not tell nobody he was going overseas? Air Force just one just
safety reasons. For safety reasons. But anyway, but we gotta go back. You said he denounced his religion.
What I'm saying, he was a Muslim.
He denounced his religion. He said he was a Christian.
He was a Muslim.
He was brought up under the Muslim.
He was brought up a Muslim, and he was a devout Muslim and whatnot.
Jeremiah Wright was not no Muslim.
That was the house that he went to whatnot before he became president, because he
had denounced his religion.
He knew he was already on the road to the White House.
Right.
Clinton and what's the other president had met with him and whatnot before he was chosen.
But even why is that an issue though? People do that all the time. People change from Christianity to Muslim Muslim to Christianity all the time. So why is that even an issue?
It's an issue because of the status of whatnot, what he's trying to do and would not lead people.
No, I think it's what we talk about.
It believes into a falsehood. It's like it doesn't like the situation like us talking about the gay marriage thing.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all brought up some very valid points, and I can't say one decision or the other. My thing is, whatever is for these people over here needs to be for these people over here. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If you saying, okay,
equal rights,
no
gay rights, no straight people.
I can get benefits and whatnot from being married. Those same benefits should come over here or whatnot if you decide to be with this person, no matter if it's a man or a woman.
Right.
My only thing is, I don't know if you should call it marriage because of what the definition of marriage is. So that would leave the religious part out of it. And the religious part has no way or no place in government. And that's where everybody getting discombobulated because...
But marriage isn't biblical.
Well, it's supposed to have a religious connotation to it because you're married in the eyes of God. That's the part that they get all discombobulated
in the eyes of the person who created you.
In the eyes of God. Because most people in this country believe in God.
I'm saying that too. No, when you say that, I'm just saying. That's what I mean. In the eyes of the person who created you, which is God.
This country was developed on the premise of Christianity.
So if God...
When we as black people were brought here, we weren't Christians.
We wasn't human, according to them.
Well,
we wasn't human.
A lot of people in Africa are Catholic.
Yeah.
Now.
And there are a lot now. So there are Christians in Africa.
So
it's not just Muslim.
Yeah,
but my point in saying that is, okay, everybody's getting confused.
They were Jewish.
With trying to define what this is.
Right.
Let's stop defining it and just let people live and do what they do. As long as it ain't demeaning this person over here or violating somebody's civil rights or doing something right here to hurt another person, you really shouldn't care. That's not the issue. The issue is what we got going on locally right here in Atlanta, sitting in this room and whatnot, and what we're going to do and whatnot to change people's thought process and whatnot to get them to think outside the box.
But like
I don't care if it's this way or this way. Let's look at it and see what's right for everybody involved. Because right now, the way society in the world is, it's not just us. We on the plane with Asians, Mexicans, other Caucasians in different countries, and other nationalities. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's a whole different microcosm of what's going on globally. And this division and whatnot, Democrats, Republicans, Mitt Romney versus Obama, to me, they're a non-issue. It should be for what's right. You know what I'm saying? You should vote for I'm not voting for Ron Paul, but I'm just saying I would vote for anybody but them two. Because
you heard it here.
Because of what the dynamic is with them two. Because you know they both lying.
All
politicians. I think that Ron Paul does a degree of lying.
He said they all.
I think they all do to a degree, but I think he's the lesser of the three evils. Because of the status of him being a doctor and him wanting to do things for a better society as a person and an individual. Because the Republicans and Democrats have done things to demagogue this country, you know what I'm saying, that nobody would ever foresee and admit to. You know what I'm saying? The Democrats and Republicans. The Republicans did A, B, C, D. Democrats did just as what. We have people in our own black society that are our leaders, you know what I'm saying, like Al Sharpton, you know what I'm saying, Jesse Jackson, that have done more to hurt us as a black community.
But is that not just a human thing? Does that cross over political boundaries to just human issues? Because I often think and say that pretty much at the end of the day, people are wanting to do what is best for them and in their mindset, in their realm of thinking, regardless if they're Democrat, Republican, independent, black, white, gay, straight.
But the problem comes in when you have a society like we have in the world now, right? The whole world is in turmoil, right? Nobody wants to look at that.
Yes, it is.
They don't want to look at it. The whole world, we got disasters going on over here. We sending money over here. We got wars going on. We don't even know what's going on. Obama brought some troops back, but they just started another war that nobody's talking about. So it's like, okay, let's look at what
the real issue.
Not what my issues are personally. What my issues are for us to live in this society together.
And see
like what can I do? Like if my neighbor's kids is acting up, right? Hey man, your kid is tearing up the neighbor's yard over here. You know what I'm saying? 30 years ago, 20 years ago, I should be able to go over here and whip his ass or whatnot because you're not home to do it.
Right.
But now, if I whip his ass, I gotta whip your ass or shoot you too. Because
Well, now
you don't want me
the
to
parents can't whip the child's ass.
because you don't want me to beat the kid. But even if that was the case or whatnot, I gotta fight the kid and the parents.
But I don't want you to beat him. I just want discipline.
Well, I mean,
Don't beat 'em.
we all in this room and whatnot can say because we all around the same age and whatnot. We've all got our ass whipped.
Oh, not me. Oh, not
We've
me.
all got a
Yes,
racetrack
we
or
have.
a switch here and there. You know what
I
I'm
ain't
saying?
get my ass whooped. I got my ass
but
beat.
but in that you have to admit that the society was better at that point.
Yes,
Yeah, it was.
Yes,
Because
But
you
see,
knew-
and that's
you
what.
knew-
But and I'm glad you said that
And I don't
because.
know.
But hold on, no. I'm glad you said that because that's my same thought process with this gay marriage stuff. It's just like the freer we became, the more rights we got as, you know, African Americans, you know, we got better jobs and we doing this and we able to take care of our family, blah, blah, blah. The more we got, the worse the generation and the community, you know, suffered because all the values and everything that we grew up with, you know, if your child your child did something, your child, I whoop your child butt and then I would call you and I would tell you and your child would get another whooping when he get home. And then when the daddy got home and the mama told the dad what the child did, the child got another whoop. All that is gone. And it's just like the same thing is going to happen with this gay marriage stuff. It's just like all the people are looking at it. They think it's going to be gun-ho. It's going to be all this and all that. But when you get in it, and although we've been playing marriage, you know, for all these years, but once you get into a real marriage and you see all the work and the sacrifice that you have to put into this relationship for it to really work, then you're going to be like, oh, I should have rethought this.
Well, people already do that now. Heterosexual couples already have those issues. I don't think that that's necessarily the case.
But that's even more so the part. I don't know why people are really so fighting to get married because they see that the divorce rate is so high. So what
I don't
they
think they're really fighting to get married. They're fighting to have the same rights. The same right. Then you may not still want to get married, but if you decide that you want to tomorrow,
it should be able to do that.
That's true. But that's where the line gets blurred because the argument on one side is okay. Heterosexual people have made a mockery of marriage.
Yes, they have.
Okay,
yes.
cool. Marriage has been made a mockery of for the last 15 years or so, 20 years ago. The last couple
from the beginning of marriage, really, to me, as far as that goes.
What I'm saying, just in the latter years and whatnot, it's gotten to a point where it's not.
It's just sacred. More recognizable. It's more in your face.
Right. But here's the thing: if it's so bad, then why are people fighting for it?
Because they're not fighting for the marriage. Just like
it's fighting for the rights.
But my point is that's where the confusion comes because you got people that are fighting for the marriage title. Like they want the same. They want marriage.
But
they're not saying okay if I come up with a different name for this title or whatnot, I'm not gonna call it marriage. I'm gonna call it this. I'm gonna give it the same exact connotations and benefits of this over here. But we're not gonna call it this because this definition over here is this right here.
But the civil union doesn't have the same rights as marriage.
I'm saying it doesn't now. But I'm saying if you change that to where it does.
But the problem comes when people be talking about, you know, what marriage is. It's a religious thing, and the thing that some people have a problem with is the religious aspect of it. Well, the people who really have a problem and think that they're gonna stick to the word of the Bible that it's a religious thing. When those people that are married, nobody should be getting a divorce. Because that's a religious thing too, and that's in the Bible. If you find somebody and you married, that's it.
That's it.
So divorce is out.
Right.
But look at the divorce rate.
Right.
So if we could come to this conclusion where, okay, I know we're not supposed to be doing this, blah, blah, blah. So if we started out thinking that marriage is between a man and a woman and it's a religious thing and da-da-da, times have changed. So if you can agree that divorce is okay, then you should be able to come to the conclusion that a man marrying a man is okay. A woman marrying a woman is okay.
But here's what
which is my main point to really all of this, what you just said. Times have changed, and I think it's unfair and unrealistic of us to think that things are going to be the same that they were before we had rights that we have now, because times change. Times are different.
I agree.
With every passing day, things are different. With every passing minute, things are different. So things are not going to be the same tomorrow that they are today, and well, they shouldn't be. You know, in some cases they're going to be better, and unfortunately in some cases some things are going to be worse. That's just the reality of what life and progression and growth is and what it brings about. You know, even with technology that we have today, you know, in a lot of ways this technology has offered us a lot of benefits and a lot of things that we have never had before, but then there are a lot of ways also that technology has really messed up
it's made people
the way we are today.
Baby,
Exactly.
listen, hold up. No, spell check messed me up, but there are some people. There are some people that spell check ain't did a thing to. Your ass couldn't spell from the beginning, but anyway, spell check really helped him. Hold on, boo, that's not it. Here it is right here. But anyway, we're gonna take a break and we're gonna come back because we have opened up a whole nother can of worms with. Whole nother
Spell check.
Spell check. Spell check. I'm sorry, that is can. We have opened up a whole nother can of worms with this topic. We'll be back right here on The Dish at fmdigitallive.com.